Greetings and welcome to ruralvacantland.com. I'm so excited you chose to watch this video because I've got a great property I'd like to show you. This one is in San Bernardino County, California. San Bernardino County, here we go. And it's for sale. So if we do San Bernardino County for sale, we see everything that I've got for sale in San Bernardino County. This is the first one that's coming up, 110 acres. I'm asking $49,000, and I'm looking for terms. You know, who does that, right? Most people want cash, but I think terms would be nice. So, you know, make some down payment, make payments over time that work for you. Let me know how much you'd like to put down, how much you'd like to pay over time, and I'll figure it out from there. So this property, let's pull up the GPS coordinates of it. It's a big rectangle, kind of twice as tall as it is wide. Looks like, might not be exactly, but you know, big rectangle. If you click on the four corners of it, you get the GPS coordinates of the thing. Nice long day's walk to get around this property if you mark out these four corners. This is a big property. We zoom out, I'll show you where we're at. I'm over here on the, North San Diego. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Las Vegas. Here's Phoenix. We're kind of in between Las Vegas, Phoenix, LA, San Diego. Colorado River runs right along here. We're north of Interstate 10. We're south of Interstate 40. Kind of in the middle. 95, Highway 95 goes up and down here. Not too far from the property. So if you take the 40 or the 10 or however you're getting there, hop on the 95 and go north or south to get to this area. 62 goes through. Just keep zooming in. There's a aqueduct that runs through here. Some people like buying land next to the aqueduct. They get their own water one way or another. They never really tell anybody how. But here's the properties in this area, big square in this area. You can see the funny berms that have been created by the engineers to keep water from washing out the aqueduct. And it's nice because in each one of these places creates a nice crossing point. Should be able to cross the aqueduct in these places. Little access roads to monitor it, watch it and stuff that someone built that you can use to get access to this property. As we zoom in, I think you can see, or at least in this area, I've seen 2 tracks run around the area. See if I can find some. Now that I say it, I won't be able to find any, right? Like here's people driving across the desert. Here's 2 tracks running through the property. Off-road style people just exploring the wilderness. So keep in mind this kind of forked shape looking thing with these rocks. I'll circle back to that later on in the video. From the property further out, there's a Walmart 23 miles away from the closest Walmart. And the nice thing about this is you cross the river, so the taxes and the rules and everything change. You can go buy ammunition over here. I mean, Walmart in California sells ammunition, but you can buy it in Arizona without registering it. And you can buy supplies and information, all kinds of whatever you need to run your lifestyle. You can buy lots of it at Walmart. Grocery store, gas station, stuff like that's right next to Walmart. Go a little bit further, you can get to Home Depot and other stores in Lake Havasu City. It's 61 miles from there. A little bit further yet, you can get entertainment things by going to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is an easy weekend trip. 166 miles away. Lots of cheap rooms. You can go up there and hang out, come back. Easy shot. Probably use Las Vegas as an airport if you're coming and going. So remember that formation in the dirt we were talking about. Just up the way is a park, BLM land. So this BLM land is called Turtle Mountains. And Turtle Mountains there's two different mountains that are covered by this BLM section, and BLM land is a different kind of government land than lots of government land. BLM land, there's lots of it in the U.S., but they don't want you to drive on it without getting permission. You can get permits and stuff and tell them where you're going to drive, and they'll let you drive on it. But just, right out of the gate, they don't want you driving on it. But other than that, they let you do pretty much whatever you want. I mean, you can go ride your horses out there. You can hike on it. You can camp. You can go camp there for 2 weeks in one location without getting kicked out. You can go camp in the next. You got to be like, I think it's 25 miles away or something to the next location. But you can keep moving around BLM land without paying rent. Some people do that. But you can hunt, and you can shoot guns, and you can explore, and you can use it like your own backyard. You just can't drive on it. So that's right up the hill from where this property is. And if you read more about the mountains, I'll tell you what kind of animals and things are in the area. They talk about the cliffs and the rocks and stuff. I'm pretty sure there's some springs in those mountains that are worked on and kept going by the government, and it might not be totally 100% natural, but they provide water to a lot of wildlife, so you get wildlife in there. And the super survivalist types probably like to know about those springs, where those springs are, and there's maps of the Turtle Mountains where those springs are if you dig into BLM's website. I'm not on BLM's website, I'm on wilderness.net, because I wanted to show you a map of this property, and I get those maps off of wilderness.net. So wilderness.net, if you remember that previous map we're looking at, it's got this same fork looking fashion in the rocks. This property's down here. The one we're talking about is 110 acres. Just up the hill a bit is the Turtle Mountains, and Turtle Mountains is big. I mean, it covers a lot of area. This region and these are all Turtle Mountains. I've owned properties around different parts of these mountains in the past, so I know about them. And you can go explore all this stuff. I mean, just wide open. There's some old mining operations, and there's some canyons with palm trees in them. There's some funky shaped rocks that people like to take pictures of. I think some of those are kind of up on this side more. You might be able to see some from this property, see some of the rocks. And hike and camp and just explore and have fun. So you can live on 110 acres and you can cover this, I don't know how much. I mean, it's a really vast area of wilderness. And there's others in the area too, because there's not many people around. So a lot of this land has been set aside for, the government put it aside for preservation. So that's stuff that you can go use. I pulled up the market on San Bernardino County. This is the whole county, not just this part of the county, but the whole county. San Bernardino County is a really big county. And I did they've got some slices. One of the slices of property is 101 to 200 acres. And this is 110 acres, so I thought it fit in that grouping pretty well. And I sorted it price low to high. And this is the cheapest property, big acreage property in the county by a long shot. I was asking $49,000. I'll do financing. You could do down payments over time and stuff. Buy your first 110 acres. And the other thing you could probably do is cut it up, which would be more advisable. You could cut it up 4 different ways with San Bernardino County, the way that they've got it set up. You cut the property up 4 times. You cut it up in 4s. You don't want to cut it up more than 4s because you got to do a lot more paperwork and fees and stuff. But if you just keep it to 4 times, do a couple 40s, and whatever 110 comes out to be, just cut it up 4 ways and sell off those pieces, maybe 2 40s and 20 and a 30 or something. Yeah, probably 2 40s, a 20 and a 30 would be the most logical. And when you do that, you can usually sell the properties for a lot more per acre than the bigger acreage ones, because more people are willing to buy the smaller ones because it's smaller dollars to get, to pay for the thing out of pocket, and there's just a lot more of a market for the smaller properties than the bigger properties like this. So if you're willing to buy a property like this and go do the paperwork with the county to split it up, you could sell off the pieces. Last time I researched it, they wanted just under $10,000 deposit. You put down a $10,000 deposit with the county. You do the paperwork to hand in your application, and then they look at your application and they study it by the hour. And so they charge, different hourly fees for the engineer and the different kind of people that look at it. And then the more straightforward application you have, the shorter hours it takes, the cheaper it is, and they refund you the difference. Or if you have a complicated application, like cutting a property up 4 ways is about as simple as it gets, so it shouldn't take very long. Then you can, most likely you're just going to get a refund. They're not going to give you another bill on top of the deposit that you put down. So you get the difference back. So they charge you some money, and it takes a couple months, and then you get 4 different parcel numbers, and you can go sell off those different parcels. So that's where a lot of smaller properties come from. And if you're entrepreneur and fellow and like to do that, I could try to help you some, but more likely you should go talk to a land specialist who does those kinds of deals, and get your application smoking sweet and easy, draw up some good legal descriptions, and just streamline it through the system. And probably better to pay somebody to do it right than to screw around doing it yourself. Learn the first time you do it and then run with it from there. So a lot of other guys do that, and you could too with this size property because it's got the acreage. You've got to do, let me take those numbers back. If you split them up more than 20 acres, then the paperwork's a lot easier. So you want to do a couple 20s, maybe, split it up so 20 acres would be your smallest one. Whatever 110 splits 4 ways. Try to target 20s and 40s and stuff, but you're going to end up with one weird number size acre parcel with 110 acres. But should be fine. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You can go to ruralvacantland.com and pull up this property. And if you have some kind of offer you want to do, put your name and email address in here, and put your message. Say, something like, "Hey Luke, would you accept 10 grand down and 500 a month?" Just put something like that in there, whatever numbers you're thinking, and I'll reply. I'll say, yeah, I'd like 10 grand down, 500 a month, and I'd like, I'll figure out how many months I'd like to run that for to make it work. And what I'll do is I'll send you a link, and you click on the link, and it asks for the same information, something like this. I did those kinds of numbers for 78 months. So let's say we did $10,000, $500 down, or $500 a month, 10 months, and then not 10 months, 78 months. You go in there, and what you do is you put in the title you want to own the property in, and the thing charges you $10,000 at checkout. You put on a credit card, debit card, and then every month after that it charges you $499 the way this one's set up, for 78 months. And then when the 78 months is done, then I'll go get it recorded into your name, and it's your property. As soon as you put the down payment down, it's your property. You can go use it, do whatever you want with it. If you're looking to split the property, you got to have it in your name, so you got to pay it off if you're gonna go split it up. But the nice thing about splitting it is you could sell off some pieces. You could keep whatever piece size you want, more than 20 acre piece, and then sell off the rest. You could probably sell off the rest for more than you pay for the whole property. That's the classic way of buying property without paying for it. Got to put the money up ahead of time, but get entrepreneuring on it and get a property for free. So if you're looking for a property out here, I'd suggest that's what you do, and I think this would be a good one for it. And if there's any way I can help, please let me know. Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com. Thank you.